I did learn accountability from my dad at a young age, and I think mum and dad always kept us responsible for things. But there was a particular incident, and we were all going to the football one morning, and we run out the door. We're all running late, and I'm running the latest, I think. And so Dad's, come on in the car. So I run out the car, and I just wasn't ready, so I just grabbed my shoes and my socks and my scarf and my jacket and the like, and I was just going to put them on the car. So I get out of the car, and everything's fine. We're driving away, and we get halfway there, and I'm about to put my shoes on, and I can't find my shoes. And I'm looking around, and you swear they're here. I haven't got my shoes. And my sister notices, and I tell her to be quiet, because I haven't processed it yet. But she's not. She just said, Dad, Mark forgot his shoes. And Dad's driving. He's like, what do you mean you forgot your damn... And I said, Dad, I haven't got my shoes. He goes, oh, you forgot. And he started to get, angry, but in disbelief as well. And he's like, well, you're going in your socks. I couldn't believe it. Like, I thought Dad was going to turn around and get my shoes. I thought this was a fundamental. But in Dad's mind, this is your responsibility. You dress yourself. The buck stops with you. And so I did. I went to the football in my socks for an entire day, and little toes froze. And it was a major lesson that the buck stops with me. If I said I was going to do it, that's it. It's just my responsibility. And I think that what we get sucked into in many situations is having somebody rescue us as a child. So we think that as an adult, somebody will rescue us. We think our employer will, or somebody else from another area. And I think that very few employees really realize that if you want to move up the career hierarchy, the buck has to stop with you. And if you continuously do what you say you're going to do, and therefore the senior management or the boss of the leaders realize that you are both trustworthy and reliable, you said you can do it, they can just trust you to do it, and they just know you will be done a certain way, then they get confidence in you and they create opportunities. But if we've been taught as a child, someone's always rescued us, then we start to think that that's what's going to happen later in life, and our capacity to be accountable is quite thin, it's quite weak. It's like we haven't built the fitness yet. And instead of being truly held accountable for our actions, we tend to get sneaky. It's like there's a scale. Accountability at one end, sneaky's at the other end. And sneaky are things like inventing little excuses, or doing a lot of fluff even though you didn't really work on the project, but you've got enough fluff to pretend that you did a little bit, or blaming somebody else, or bursting into tears, or getting sick on the day you got to deliver something. See, people find ways to get out of being held truly accountable for whether or not they can or can't do something. And it's a scale. And even when I say, you're brought up and your parents teach you stuff, the people down the sneaky end of the scale going, yes, see, I wasn't taught it. Well, no, it doesn't work like that. What we want is the awareness that if you want to really have authentic success, and that is that you knock off at 5 o'clock or whenever that is, that you feel awesome. You knock off and you go, I did a good job today. My team liked me, my staff liked me, my bosses liked me because I'm doing my job and I feel good about it. That's the authentic success. The perceived success is the other end of the scale, and that is where we're trying to make it look like we're delivering, we're trying to make it look like we're doing a good job, but we're feeling a little bit sick in the stomach because we know that at any time if somebody lifts a particular rock, we could get found out, and then we have to go into the whole, oh, it's not fair, and this happened, or you did this, and all this drama and disaster. But the truth is, you just didn't nail it. Now, the perceived success feels horrible. You knock off at 5 o'clock, or you go on the weekend, and there's a bit of a sick feeling, but maybe I'm not doing a good job, and how long do I have to keep this secret covered up for? And so, I really encourage people, if they want authentic success, to feel great. It's really simple. Just do what you're meant to do. Don't get caught up in spending too long on an email. Don't get caught up in silly conversations around the office that aren't important. Look at specifically, what is the task that you've been delivered? What is the thing that someone would like you to do? Just go, I'm going to take action to do that. Now that's going to require that person to be quite proactive, not reactive. So that means that sometimes the first thing you do is not look at emails. The first thing you do is go, well, this is the task I'm going to do. I'm going to take 2 or 3 major actions to that. Or I'm going to allocate a chunk of time. Uninterrupted time. I'm going to close the door. I'm going to give something up. I'm going to give up my interest in that conversation. I'm going to give up my interest in having a long coffee. And we're going to go, I'm just going to sit and do the task. I'm only going to take actions directly linked to this task. Rather than reactive, which is I got this email, or I got this phone call, somebody asked me to go to this meeting. These are all sneaky ways that we get out of meeting our responsibility. And what they will get you is a perceived success. You won't live into what you're capable of. You're in a constant state of doubt and stress. And people get tired of you. They don't help you out later, and you get a bit annoyed and you start blaming somebody and you hold them accountable going, oh, you said this, or how come in that meeting? And you think that that person's being mean, but they weren't being mean. My dad wasn't mean to me when he made me go in my socks. He just said, well, it was your responsibility. It wasn't mean. So be very aware that if you're not meeting your responsibilities, it's not mean of somebody to say that to you. It's actually mean of you to be so sneaky to create a lie that you're not delivering. All you need to do is go, what am I going to do? Take action on it. And people just fall in love with you.